Hi guys, it's me again. So what we're going to do today, don't mind the mess, we're actually going to do a thermostat on a 2009 Chevy Malibu. So let's get into it. So I am also doing the radiator in this car, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to show you. So if you want to locate the thermostat, the first thing you need to do is actually locate the radiator hose. So as you can see, down here is the radiator hose. So now we're going to follow it, and here it is here, and we're going to follow it up, and there we go. All right, so now you can see the shape of that. When you find that shape, that's what the thermostat itself is going to sit. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and get those two 10mm bolts out of there. I might need to use a swivel saw. No, we can get in there like this. So I'm going to go ahead and take these bolts out. Right, get that one out of there. And get that guy out. You know what? Let's just go ahead and move this so it's not no longer in the way a little bit. Now, you know what, we're going to go ahead and get the swivel on here. We're just going to make it a little bit easier for ourselves. Why struggle when you don't have to? So, now we're going to go ahead and get the swivel on there. Now, when you're using swivel sockets, the first thing you make sure to do is make sure it's flat. Don't let it round it off. Got the second 10 out. Now, all right. Yep, that works. All right, so we're going to go ahead and remove that. And so when you remove that, see what we got there? That's the thermostat. Now remember, it's always on a radiator hose. Don't go looking all over the engine block. Follow a hose until you see this shape. That's where you're going to find it at. And you can tell it looks like this thing's been glued in there, puttied in there. It just looks like absolute trash. So let's just go ahead and get this stinking thing out of here. Yep. Good Lord, it's like really jammed in there. There we go. Ta-da! Now let's go ahead and look at it a little bit so you can see how absolutely terrible that looks. And a lot of times when they get stuck, you can kind of see in there, you'll see some markings, but the plunger won't itself be down. All right, so this is our old one. Now let's just go ahead and toss that. Now we're going to go ahead and get our new one out. We're going to go ahead and just visually inspect that hole. You can see there's kind of like some crap in there. So we're going to go ahead and take like a little wire wheel and we're going to clean that up a bit. All right, so here's the new thermostats. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and put the gasket on it. I'm trying to hold my phone. It's not really working too well. All right, so get this guy on there. There is a little edge. Make sure it does sit perfectly in the edge. If it does not, it will leak. You will have a bad day. All right, so there's that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to clean in here a little bit. Get some of that stuff up. So we're gonna go ahead and stuff this in there. I don't want to get any of this extra dirt and debris in there. I don't want anything to clog the radiator. you know, things already hanging on. So there we go. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put that in there a little bit more. There we go. So now you can see it kind of clean that edge up a little bit. Go ahead, you know what? It's in there like that. I'm just gonna have to clean it out. So get in here a little bit more. And the good thing is about wire wheels, they're generally not strong enough to actually damage any of the components. It's a really soft bristle brush. I need to find it around. This one's just a little bit too big for what I'm trying to do in here. See how much smaller this is. We'll actually be able to get in there and really clean it up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Now you can really see how that kind of cleaned up the hole. So that way, we'll go ahead and put this back in there. We will get a nice, secure fit like that. There we go. Now it's in there. Make sure it's in there flush before you put the top half back on. All right. So now that we've got that part cleaned up, what we're going to do is we're actually going to look at this side a little bit. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go ahead and clean that as well. So you can see. You can see how dirty that is. That's just dirty. We're not doing that. There we go. Now, see that? Nice and shiny. So that way we know we're going to get a good seal here on this thermostat. So then we're going to slap it back down right where she needs to go, right there. And then we're going to take our 10. I'll put this back in here a little bit. There we go. Go ahead and take our 10. Flashlight difficulties, flashlight difficulties. There we go. So now what we're going to do, make sure we're in there where we need to be, right? Here we go. Got a couple threads started. Now we're going to go over here to this side and also start this one. Never use an impact or anything like that until you have a couple threads started. Just don't want to take any chances. Avoid any extra costs and complications. So this one is boop, boop, boop. Is she in there? Yep, can't pull it out. This one. There we go. So now you can see we started it, right? So now we're good to go on. We're good to go tight. A little bit. So now you can see what we're going to do is we're just going to tighten back down our 10 bolt there and our 10 bolt there. Tight there. And we're going to, pop right off. Now we're going to go here. Remember, we're using a swivel, make sure it's flat. And there we are. We've now just replaced the thermostat. And so what you do now is you add coolant and you bleed it out.